counseling or whatever. You understand? The truth of the fact is, everybody needs that one person they can talk to, they can rely on, and won't be judged. You understand?
But we fail to use these things. For instance, now, a man is not having peace in his marriage. You're going to meet a pastor that is also having crisis in his marriage. Who would
might
use
not even be obvious.
who would use the Bible this thing to tell you to stay till you okay.
What you can do as a man to yourself first. And you should know there should be like
A limit.
a limit to it.
The
If
self-respect
you know
comes
you
in.
can provide this, respect yourself over every circumstance anybody will want to bring your way. If someone should ask you for 50k and what is in your account is 100k, and you know that person will not pay back, looking at the person's class, looking at the person's level in the next 6 months, tell them you don't have it. It will stop you from being a man.
Yes.
Hi everyone, it's Modularly once again, and today is going to be an exciting time. So I'm not in the studio over today, and it's quite interesting that I'll be having more than one guest today. These faces are familiar faces, and we've been in the studio before. But today we are going to be having a conversation that has to do with men. Yes, men, and because we different takes, different opinions around there, but we just want to have this as well conversation, and it's quite important. It's quite important that we need to have it. And before we move on, I would like to thank our sponsor, Mr. Raphael Ajeh, for the fact that he has decided to keep supporting these conversations, these intellectual conversations on the reasons why people just need to hear our voices, not just the voices, but these heart-to-heart conversations and all. So I want to thank the viewers again. We kept asking when is the next episode going to be. I said, chill. This time we're having a special edition for guys, and ladies will be coming soon. Yeah, but for now we just want the guys first. So that's what we are going to do. So we give them a chance to introduce themselves before we dive into it fully. And on my right hand side, Mr. Ima. So I would like you to introduce yourself after that. After then it moves on to Maru. Okay, so let's go.
Thank you, Joy. It's wonderful to be here again. I am Chisom and Marotalks. I'm a biochemist, public speaker, and humanitarian. I work in social impact and other lives.
Okay. Thank you once again for allowing me to be here. I am an electrical engineer and also a real estate agent.
Alright, my name is Pokémon Prince. I'm a love doctor, guidance and counseling. You can call me to me anytime whenever you have some issues in your family. And I go by the name of Chisom and Marotalks.
Okay, so can we just pause a bit? Just pause it. So today's conversation is going to be a lengthy one. Yeah, so I just want to let you know the video will drop in 2 parts. Yeah, so the first is going to be more than an hour plus. So I just want to have our because it's going to be a proper conversation. Yes, we have
In all area of men.
Yeah. So what we're not trying to impress anyone. We're only trying to be. Can I take it? So we're only trying to be honest with ourselves and not trying to impress anyone about it because each man we have one or two things that we are facing differently. Of course, yes, different background, different ideology where we are coming from and all of us. And so, but just trying to see okay, what are those things that we can also get to talk, get to see how that's going to be possible. So one of the first things I want us to talk about is what is one thing that people assume that is completely wrong about you. So that's to go around. Yeah. So what is?
They always have to start.
Yeah, okay, always.
No problem.
Yeah. So okay. So what is one thing that people, as a guy, that people find it completely wrong about you, but it's not so.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Actually, I can be personal about this.
Yeah. Sure.
Myself.
Yeah. You can. Yeah. Sure. Exactly.
So really personally, it's one thing people have come across and tell me time the down number is that I come across as prideful and I'm all of myself, and I feel like because of my height, I really don't do much. I can just be standing in a place and someone just pass and tell me, "You are just too tall. Why are you too tall? You look like someone that can break heart." And I'm like, to top it up, my name is not Emmanuel. So I don't even have good PR.
Defend yourself.
I don't even have good PR. So most times when they come out, at first when it started happening, because so like after university, I took out time to like work on myself. So when it started happening frequently, I was like, okay, is it because of this refined version there? Because the previous version I was shy. It's not something you said, you don't even see me to talk to me. I'm in one corner. So when I started like refining myself and getting to know myself better, understanding the kind of man I am, my flaws and my blind spots and all of that, I noticed that people now started coming and like, you know this one, you feel this one, you do that one, and I'm like, I'm not doing anything. And sometimes the more they do it, indirectly, even if you are not planning to act towards that direction, subconsciously, it leaves this print on you. Just like meeting someone that is fat now. And you always tell you, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat. Even if she's someone that has like a very high self-esteem, with time, if she's not conscious, subconsciously, she's already accepting the fact that she's fat. And that can, affect her confidence. So me personally, once people tell me you're tall, you're this, I'll be like, what can I do? And sometimes if I'm in a good mood, say, I'll match your energy, but not every time you will match energy. Because if you go match energy now, me person talk say I'm a bad person. But I feel like one thing you should know as a person that you can't be the good person in everybody's story. So sometimes just accept being the bad guy.
True. For me, no, it goes both ways. Some say I am too quiet, while some say I did too advise, I did to talk too much. You understand? And I'm this kind of person whereby if you come to me for advice and I give you, if you don't take it, do not come back to come and complain. So you understand? So it usually brings out issues whereby at the end of the day, when we start talking, they walk on, they be like, I don't want to tell you what to do. So you understand? So at the end of the day, I'm no need to just do whatever you want to do for just the sake of my mental health. You understand? Because a lot of times, I got to understand that people just want to tell you what they want to make you know. So you understand? Without giving advice. And I'm this kind of person, I always get too fast to advice. No, that's true now. So you understand? Because if you tell me something, I feel like the only thing you're telling me because you want me to actually give you my own thought or opinion on it. So you understand? And if I end up not saying anything, it looks like you don't even care. I tell you something. So you understand? So I'm still trying to find a way to actually balance it without talking or not talking. But other than that, everybody just
Maro, how far?
This thing with this my brother just said, that just reminded me of something. Everybody different folks for different folks. So I think mine was people taking me to be too naive. When you show them a heart of kindness, and they intend to be like, this guy is too soft. And the most annoying part is it's coming from those who you love dearly. It could be family members, it could be your childhood friend who you've shared memories with, And somehow, I just, when you say you've mastered yourself, nobody can change who you are. You've rebranded yourself over the years. And this kind of thing goes a long way for some people who are not self-confident. Because it's watered their flower down so much that they start not having this confidence in themselves anymore. I remember some time ago, I had an issue with a friend, a very close friend of mine. I traveled, and I was still reaching out to you, like, you're my guy. I went out of this Lagos, and I still came through for you. Well, it was like, and if you don't do, I won't go travel before. You get that kind of, so I just feel like my kindness is beginning to, like, people see it as weakness for me. So that's all.
Well, that's a starter. So that will lead us to this next thing in the conversation, that if we are going to be truly honest with ourselves, so anybody can go on with this and start with it. When was the last time you genuinely feel at peace with yourself?
The question deep. It's a very deep question actually. But the time I usually feel peace with myself is when I am just alone basically. Let me use that word. Just stay alone, away from the world, away from everyone. Don't just see anybody. You understand? Because that is why I feel like that is basically my safe space to think, reflect on life, make some few adjustments. You understand? Just relax, because the world already is strange enough already. So you understand? And going out on a daily basis, you end up seeing, if friends doesn't fuck you up, family will, the society will. So a lot of times I just look for where I could just stay. Just lock yourself and just stay.
Well, for me, my safe space is when I have peace is when I spend time with people who are like mind like me. When we share the same dreams and vision, that we are mentally, emotionally inclined together. Sometimes we are vulnerable at that point. Because we don't hold back. We tell ourselves things of like 2 decades that has occurred in our life. This is a point whereby you come as a man, you don't come as a weak. They don't tag you, come as a human being. You're not coming as a man, you're coming as a human being who is vulnerable. So at that point, we are free to discuss whatever we want to discuss. And after that, we give ourselves some sort of advice that could shape on our, because I might have the solution to what you're going through, you might have the solution to what I'm going through. So at that point, we feel alive again, we come out stronger, and we start, checking out on ourselves. How far you do that? Why I tell you, I'm walk, more thanks for that thing. You understand? So that's how we get our peace of mind gradually.
Oh, wow. Different strokes for different folks. Ima?
So personally, I feel like the time I'm at peace, like at peace, is when my relationship with God is stable. So me, I know for a fact that humans are imperfect. So no matter how nice or no matter how good someone wants to be to you, there will come a time where they will disappoint you. Even your parents, no matter how stable the person, even if it's someone that's consistent as our data in our families. They will still want, there will be one day that MTN will just go. I'm just like I'm giving them an knowledge. So when my relationship with God is stable, it affects every area of my life. So I can remember there was a time back where I was actively going to church and my relationship with God was not really stable. You know, as much as I was enjoying the gathering of the brethren, necessarily I wasn't happy personally, because I knew that this person I'm going to meet, my relationship with him is not strong. It's not someone I know I can go to him per se at any time game, but that personal relationship was not there. And my personal relationship with God is something I put one. It's like my number one thing in life, because no matter where I go to, no matter where I find myself, I know that there's a source it's coming from. I can't stand on my own, because me personally, there are times I know that if I look at what has happened or what has like gone on about in my life, I know personally that if it was not God, I would have gone. Like, is it what people see? Is it situations? There's so many other places, but one thing I know that I drive my personal peace from is God. And it also affects relationship, because they said there's something the Bible says. It said once you are at peace with God, it even makes your enemy to be at peace with you. So one thing I can say bluntly is that once my relationship with God is stable, it affects my relationship with people. In as much as you might be a good person, a good person can have bad intentions without knowing.
Of course.
And a bad person might have good intentions without knowing. So one thing I know that God just has a way of refining those people, even without my consent, even without me knowing. And I just like, oh, it just happens. Sometimes it's coincidence. But I've come to that area in my life where I don't see anything as coincidence. I always say that this is the hand of God. It's very profound. I always tell myself that as much as life will throw a lot of things your way, never lose your inner child. There's some people that they are 70, they are 70, they are moving around, but they died 25, 30 years ago. They lost that drive that made them happier. They just kept on living, no responsibility, but that stuff that made them happy, as a person, they've lost it a long time. And most times, that is very common with men. Because a man can be going through a whole lot and nobody will know. Down to the last time he closes his life, nobody will, not even his wife. So all I can say is just anything that works for you. If it's peace with God, if it's peace with friends, if it's peace with family, just go for what works for you and make sure that you are happy. If you're not happy, you're fine or not. That's out.
So I mean, I want to ask, do we feel loved, or are we loved for what we provide or for what we are as men? Yeah, that's why we are here.
Genuinely, Ben, we need this conversation sometimes to help. But truth be told, you're loved for what you provide, not for who you are.
Why?
It's really your mom.
You only down. Let me break something down. You see, when it comes to the reason why, there was something I watched and I spoke to a friend about. Men generally love sincerely, be whether opposite sex or same sex. The reason is because there is always this heart of gratitude deep down. You understand? No matter how little that person do for you, even if you don't fuck up many times, you go still forgive and based on say, if you need video mumu, but then you're still my own person due to one or two things. Now, when you now put it in relationship aspects now, the moment you stop providing that thing that keeps the relationship going, there will always be a replacement.
Of course.
You understand? If you check your family now, family where everybody come from now, give or take, no matter how you take to reach, your mom cannot chase you out. Your siblings, no matter how they vex for you, they will always want to forgive you. You understand? So you're only loved sincerely from your home. You understand? When you now come outside to the world, you have to earn being loved. In fact, you have to keep working, especially when you want to start your own family. That's how crazy it is. Because let's say, for example, now you're giving someone attention. They might still look for attention elsewhere, even with what you are doing. You understand? So it looks like in relationship itself, if you know, no matter what you do, it is still not enough.
Well, for me, I think I concur with some of the things he said. And sometimes, again, I think your family can also be your enemy. It depends on how you guys have that dynamics within yourself.
True.
And another thing is, I used to tell people that a house, a home, a family, they are three different entities.
Yeah.
Are you getting me? Sometimes you can call this person your blood. You might not be related by blood itself, but because you bonded together, that person has become your family. And what is family? Family is these people you are connected with. You have shared the same views, cultural values, and all of that. And again, men are loved by what they stand for. And I am saying this in all sundry, whether your family, your relationship, even in your church. Even in your church. Because I remember back then when we were still in teenage class, what did they call it? Toddler. I think it was toddler manner then. I discovered that the treatment for these particular persons is quite different from these particular persons by the teacher.
Special treatment.
Yeah, of course. By the teacher from so at that point I've always been this kind of guy. Like some people will call me over maturity. Sometimes I want to be a baby, sometimes I want to go out of my age bracket to just think far. And those days I sense some of these things and I be like, oh my guy, just maintain your lane. No, because you see these people when they come, there's this special treatment of welcoming. Oh, daddy Tini, oh you bought me this, may the good Lord,
Oh.
Those are the things, even in your church, youth, when sometimes you are the one, you know yourself. When they talk of 6 o'clock, come for a meeting, you are the first person there. But because there is somebody who is providing the finances for your speaker, paying your drummer, they cherish that person more over you living the art of service. I get my point. So I feel that as a man,
That is
for
unfair.
you to be loved anywhere, you must find something doing, and that thing must bring results, which is providing, protecting, and caring. Nobody cares whether it is as long as that thing you provide can solve the problem at hand, you're a good man. But the day that thing stops, are you getting? The day that thing stops, even in family. Okay, for instance, now I have a friend. I think he's the breadwinner, and most times we work together in one of these beverage company. I don't want to mention the name. So it is when we have this conversation in Stanford, every time he's always sad. Even when we have less work. Do you know why? And I asked him, he said he's going home. Like, can he stay at my place? I said, how can a grown-up man like you want to stay in my place? What happened to your own? He said, he doesn't know. He's not married. He's the one that he rented a 3-bedroom flat. He can't even stay there because of his siblings. Are you get what I'm saying? So what happened was he collected a loan for his mother to start up a business. I don't know what happened. They tagged him that the money he didn't give the mother from a good heart. So therefore the business did not boom. And I know for sure where he collected the money from. You know how silly you can be when you collect money for cooperative. When you don't pay back, your salary is like they are removing a big giant of your salary, figure of your salary. And this guy, he confided in him and I said, you know what? Like my mother used to, whether you do good or you don't do good, people will always talk. Why don't you allow? Why are you allowing all of this? So now see the bother you with this. Why are you allowing these things bother you as a man? I think these are the minor things I was really expecting. I was thinking maybe you have some serious issue. Everybody faces this in their respective homes. The day you stop providing, the day you lack that respect, even as a father, come back today, you don't buy anything for your child. You will see 1 out of 4 of your children that will not come and hug you when you come back the next day because you go out empty, you came back empty. Are you getting my point? So I feel like men are respected, honored
For what you provide.
for what you provide generally.
Rephrase the question.
Okay, so are we loved for who we are or for what we provide?
Personally, I feel it goes both ways. It depends on who you are talking to and the kind of person you are as a person. So normally in every family, as a man, no matter how crazy, you can see a mother that knows that her son is a pure armed robber or her son is into fraudulent activities. Regardless of what he does, she still loves him as a person. So I feel like the purest form of love a guy or a man can get is from his mom and from God. That's certain. God is the only person that will love you regardless of what you've done, and your mom is the only person that can love you regardless of what you've done. So when it comes to the society, yes, the society judges men based on substantial need, what they can give as substance, what they can provide as a person. It's as if the society is more result oriented for men, and it's not really bad per se because, but the only sad side to it is, this whole period of women are in the light, women are in the limelight, they are doing things, they are doing big things. So I'm still trying to get the balance in this because they say they are pushing for feminism and the whole move here and there. But if you check the average 25, 30-year-old man in the society now, every single opportunity the man gets is the exact same opportunity the woman would get. The same primary school, the same secondary school, the same university, regardless of the curriculum, the same opportunity. You graduated school the same time the same man graduated school from. And why would you expect the man that had the same exposure you had to do times 4, times 5 of what you are doing when you can't even do times 1 as a person? You can see that the expectation gap for a man compared to a woman is like comparing a lion to a cat. And that's very bad. Because if you are pushing for equality in every sphere of life, equality should also be in expectation.
Expectations, yeah.
Equality should be in expectation. I mean, personally, when I just saw that the world is driven like that, I just told myself one thing. Anything I'm doing for myself and for my family, I'm doing it from a place of genuinity. So regardless whether it comes back to my face, I know for a fact I did it from a place of this is what I want to do. If you tell me, if you say if in the next future we call me a bad person or what I did previously, it doesn't really matter to me.
Of course.
I'm like, one of the best things that can help you as a man, is having, I will call it humble pride. I know that's the word, but that's the only way I can push it out there. When I mean humble pride is that you should be prideful in what you can do as a man to yourself first. And you should know there should be like
A limit.
a limit to it.
Self-respect.
If you know you can provide this, respect yourself over every circumstance anybody will want to bring your way. If someone should ask you for 50k and what is in your account is 100k, and you know that person will not pay back, looking at the person's class, looking at the person's level in the next 6 months, tell them you don't have it. It won't stop you from being a man.
Yes,
Because the expectation, like, I was talking to someone previously. I think she told me I want to get like a charger, and she's like the sales girl there. I was talking to her and I was like, okay, well, I want to get Susan. So she was like, but you're not meant to pay more
For what?
for your service. Like, I get to get charger.
Because I'm a
36K.
Exactly, that's the issue.
Because I'm dressing nice. Okay, go on the airport with the spray perfume and be alright now. You now feel like I should pay twice for the same service you're rendering to everybody. Why? Why?
This thing you just said now is the same issue. Okay, I do make my hair. Okay, most times I go out now to make hair. Ladies all back generally 1,000. Guys to make all back 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Please tell me why is the price that huge?
That's because you're a man now.
It doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't really make sense.
You understand? I don't know if you understand.
That's because you're a man. And there's this thing about the society is really not helping matters, because I remember one time like that, and there's this young lady, though she looks older than her age, I would say, and I sat down. So there was only just one space for somebody to sit. I came in first. I sat down. So, this lady was like, ladies' treatment now. I should stand up. So I did not stand up. It was this BRT, obviously. So she head on to this middle stuff. So, what is it? Bagada was it called? So, somebody, an elderly woman, came in. Immediately approaching my seat, I felt like she can't hold that stuff because of the shaky.
Yeah.
I stood up for the elderly woman, and I head on to that thing. The next thing the girl would say is that, what's the meaning of that nonsense that I just did? Is she not a woman like her?
Like, when you call her elderly, she should be like around here.
I'm talking like her age should be between the range of 55 to 60. But though, there are some people who fast age catches up with them quickly.
Okay.
So seeing the struggle with her luggages and everything, I felt like she must have been coming for a very far distance, and she's so stressed out. So I stood up, and you see this kind of bombastic side that I gave the girl. That was just the reply I gave her, and that was what. So there's this thing about a man being treated harsh and a woman being treated soft.
But I would say one thing. I will be, if we are being honest, we're actually the cause of our own problem.
Why do you say so?
Now, bro to bro. You understand? You see, okay, let's say for example, at least a lot of times we've seen cases whereby a guy and a girl stand for bus stop. The guy is driving.
Oh.
You understand? Both parties stand on that sun. You understand? If you want to give a lift, at least give helping and at least both you're supposed to carry the two of them. But because of personal gain, you understand? You intend to lose guard the guy, picking the girl up, drive him to where you want because of your own personal interest. That has been what has been spoiling the system. You go to an organization now, you understand? There is now an open position. You get. So now the guy is qualified. But because of the guy is beautifully endowed, the manager, being a man, based on personal interest, will forget about certificates. You understand? And give the girl because of waiting, personal gain. At the end of the day, we are the one corrupting the system.
I would slightly disagree because one, I think this thing you just said now, I think it's some men, not.
And I'm just
all
saying.
men, some men. Let's stress on it, some men, because like just like what you just said, my friend of mine did that to me. You know.
Like in the car, I mean, like
No, we this one self, it was like him trying to impress my own babe. This was what happened.
See, you're seeing
This was what happened. Are you getting my point? So we went to what is it called? Are you getting my point? So we went to GP.
that's
So we bought a whole lot of stuff. So there was only one space left. And my girl, being who she is, she must need me to give her the access to do whatever she wants to do. And this guy did me fit to my face. Your boyfriend can take a bike, hop into the car. I pretended as if I did not hear. I don't want this kind of saying there. And my girlfriend was like, she wanted to bust, and what is the meaning of that? So she declined the offer and told him, you can bounce with your. So I told her to mind the choice of her language. He's still my friend anyways. And I came to this realization that some persons are just like that. Whether in the corporate settings
or not.
This is how they've been. And I think sometimes they are being selfish for their own personal goals or motive that they have behind that you can't even see. Okay. Just like what you said now, overqualified and underqualified. Me and one lady were joining for a post. I was thinking a Delta man that came from my own state, he won't come to me and say, this is my brother. He's overqualified, he has been there, he has the experience. But because of, the figure, and this man was like, let's give you man a chance. Publicly. And everybody say, Tony, how can you take what you? And that was how the girl got the job. But in these things in the long run, it spoils the society.
That's what I'm saying.
And it makes us believe that these things are
normal.
Something that is abnormal start becoming normal. It becomes like this kind of, it's a daily thing. And nobody's even talking about it.
It's not becoming a norm. That is what I'm saying. We are the cause of our own problem.
Of course.
You understand? Because if you put things the way it should, you understand? Regardless of gender-wise, you understand? It's going to actually become much better. Now, you're going and, okay, just like that position now. For a fun fact, she's not up to.
Of course, she's not.
You understand? But because of the benefits, you understand? At the end of the day, now you will still come online and you will still see some guys saying the reason why you are not getting a good girl is because you are not meeting up to her standard. Go for a lady that is you are up to her standard. You don't understand? Now you are now expecting a guy that just graduated from school, that just finished service, graduated from school, and you are telling him that if he doesn't make 6-7 figures and own a car at the age of 26, 27.
She don't get how many figures.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, they can't go fast. So that expectation only hits 23, 22.
Yes, now of course, even 20.
20, like
20.
How?
Don't you think that they are? See, the thing is, the funny side of it is, no matter how they try to ridicule man, no matter how they try to man,
Normal life.
Yeah.
man, you can never find a woman who has whether fought her way legitimately or illegally anywhere if a man gets it consistently for like 5 years and 20 years race, the man will catch up with her.
Yes, no, true.
I don't know if this is just natural. I don't know if this is not just natural, because I have seen cases whereby a woman has started a race early enough through by the benefit she has offered people, and they return the favor back by giving her positions. And there's somebody else who is just struggling, trying to get it right. Though he knows those things that lady knows too, because just like they day for ladies, day for
Guys,
guys, like you
yes,
see some women who are like,
Yes, I like this guy,
tall, but the guy choose to follow the slow and steady. But at the end of the day, I keep realizing that this thing that this lady has had, because I usually fight people when they say man is just for power. They are keepers of power. Man are keepers of wealth as well. When you give a woman wealth to keep for you, it gets into their head.
Yes.
It gets into their head in the long run. Not most women, but like some substantial amount of them, it gets into their head. And you see these women, when they acquire this wealth, they don't acquire this wealth that has this long time credibility. What they acquire is those fancy things that are perishable. They go into a business, the money gets into their head. Oh, they want to invest in this, they want to invest in that. They don't do their critical analysis before they go into any venture. And that is why when you see them, you hear that they are bankrupt, And those times, that man, he knows what he's doing, because he has seen the future ahead of you. And he has taken his time to build. So I just think, I don't know if it is God.
Logic.
It's just God
Women
doing
operate on logic. Women operate on emotions.
I just feel like it is natural. Anywhere you go, whether in a public setting, you give a manager a woman and you give a manager a man.
The man
you see the
handles
difference.
it more.
The man handles
Handles more.
it better.
And you see this way I also want cheap in this way. Most times women will say they prefer to even work under a
man
than
working under their fellow. So I kept wondering that, okay, what is really going on? Was it because of probably maybe they tend to see that this thing gets into their head? Would you like to say something?
Okay, so I've been trying to process my thoughts based on what he said, and both of them actually. So there was something he said about the whole BRT sentence that he sat down and the lady was requesting for his seat, per se. So I get a place of chivalry, that being a gentleman. That is normal. I'm not even gonna lie, in that kind of place, all I will check is her approach. If she approaches me and says, please, can you stand up? There's something about, there's one superpower women have that they don't really.
That's
soft
tenderness.
If they approach me as imagine if I'm like boiling now, you tell me, hi, hello.
You go first, no?
You walk in church, exactly. All those people have to smile, welcome to church.
Yeah.
It just has a way of calming you down. You should approach him like that now. I'm very sure. Would not even think of what he's talking about now. Just
exactly.
Yeah, you might be right though, but I feel like this level of entitlement for females.
It's now getting out of hand.
Entitlement.
She was feeling entitled.
Yeah, like I said, approach.
The approach was bad.
Very bad.
That was
if our approach was like better, then I was like, okay.
Of course, there will be a consideration.
What even helped you solidify your decision then was the fact that you gave an elderly woman who is way older than her that she should have respect for. And she's like, me at that point, I'm not even gonna lie. I told myself this year, yes, so I'm a Christian. I won't insult you. I won't go out of my way. But if she's telling you the truth without, I'll just tell you straight up, like, you're a bad person. Let's not sugarcoat this thing. You're a bad person.
Of course.
If this lady was your mom and someone did this to her outside, how would you feel? Because most times women do things based on how they feel. Not because there's sometimes things like a woman would do to a guy, and you try to throw it back to her, she would not understand.
Exactly.
The only language women understand is being as petty as they are.
Of course.
Yeah.
Playing that same situation
my
them
God.
in the exact same way they did. They'll be like, what? Am I like that? That's how you are.
Exactly.
That's how you are.
No jokes.
So going back to what you were saying, you said something about.
Okay, so in a professional settings whereby most times ladies will say that they prefer to work with male those who are their head than working with
male head.
Male head, yes.
That's very true, because a friend of mine, we've been talking for the past 3 days. She's a girl, and she's meant to have an interview today with a lady, and the lady is insisting that she comes to the island for something that can work virtually
online.
So I told her, tell her that let's do this thing online rather than you taking transport
And
from the
reference
mail.
money.
Do you understand? And I told her straight up that if this was a guy, the guy can be willing to come from there to like a restaurant or something and have that meeting with you. But like when women are in power, there's something I said in our previous episode that there's something about women, they know how to multiply things.
Of course.
Bad or good. You see this woman that was the president of what's the country? Liberia.
Liberia, yeah.
Sir Elif
Johnson, yeah.
She changed that country, not because of she had power, but because she was generically good.
Yeah, of course.
she was a good person before she got into power.
Into power.
That is why the country flourished under her, and she was able to create alliance with other countries.
Exactly.
If you see something working, you don't want to work with it.
Of course.
So the only see, once a woman is not a good person, if you take her to the highest
Mountain.
the highest mountain, what she will do should not shock you.
Definitely.
Like,
Because
don't be
her
shocked.
personality.
It's just her personality. So I feel like there are good rules and there are bad rules in terms of women.
Yeah.
Just like this woman now that is the chairperson of Zenith. I don't really know. She's fair.
the new
one that's fair. Any woman in Nigeria that tells me that is your mentor, I didn't know your absence. No, if you come and tell me, I'm clocking all those things, and you are following, what's her name? I don't even want to mention this. I don't go come for you now. But I'm not really scared.
Exactly.
A woman's mentor can give you an insight to how she thinks.
Absolutely.
If someone is telling you, listening to Cardi B, you're not a serious person. You can't hold a family down.
Yeah, true.
Because a whole lot of things portrays through.
Yes, you are
The thing
the
you listen
image
to,
you
the
take
thing you
in.
watch.
If you see, her exposure is what shows on her character.
Yeah.
The woman is exposed to club life, bad friends. Because women, they are not even good friends to themselves.
The highest niche.
They are not good friends to themselves.
Not why they don't like a female boss.
They are literally the highest niche to each other. Reason being is because I've seen a case whereby you know for a fun fact, this now your man, your friend man be this. You understand? And you still have the mind to text go find out for house for him back.
Well, I think that is an individual thing. Not all.
No, not all, but
Not all.
majority. The truth of the fact is, let me put it this way now, so you understand now. You know, like I was saying, I said women operate emotionally.
Yeah.
You understand? One, the circle of friends they keep, they
Like
get
circle of friends and
influenced.
their own personality matters.
They,
not
they,
just all
they
of
get
them.
influenced faster than men.
I think.
They get influenced faster than men. Reason being is
I think
because one, we're
depends
always
though.
no.
Depends
Let
on
me
the
put it this so
mind.
you understand. Men always have this ego of nobody's supposed to be my front. Sure you understand?
You are competitive.
Sure you understand? We are always competing. Sure you
But these two
understand?
are competitive with themselves.
No,
No.
They are more
They are not.
competitive than us.
no. It's
They are
like
more.
this.
They might not show it.
See,
You know I say. You know I say.
competition
It's
it's loud. That's why
Yeah.
I feel like it's more.
the
A man's competition is crazy. Your guy feel they do you strong thing for your front.
Of course.
Make you
men no
talk.
go talk anything.
Yeah,
Sure you
because
understand?
of the bond that you
You-
guys
That's
you
what I'm
get-
saying.
but
Sure you
woman,
understand?
they go laugh.
So you understand? Now, the truth of the fact is this now. The reason why you can't get influenced easily, let's say for example, you have a friend that smokes. Okay, do your thing, that one don't concern me. They make you they go cloud nine, they make you they come back, they do this one, they do that one. The fact that it is not your thing,
It's not your thing.
it is not your thing. You understand? But a lady, if she sees her friend, first of all, it is easy for a guy to first influence him first. Most especially when the first you know, okay, I like this guy, I want to meet up with him. So you understand? Now, they now have a friend that's okay, I know of a person whereby she started putting eye now on material things. Reason being is because of 3 of her roommates are now using iPhone. She's using Android. You understand it now, Abi? 3 of her roommates is using iPhone. She's the only one using Android. All of it because they know they do a journal to do it to buy
I think
the iPhone.
See someone's mentality.
Sure you understand?
iPhone.
Now, at the end of the day, when they eventually get
iPhone.
the iPhone, now there's nothing outside of even that now. People like that now always find it difficult to actually set up a home.
Yeah.
The reason is because of now you look your friends.
To do whatever.
I a husband take the do one. You see a lady comes and tell, it's not your friend, my friend, boyfriend just bought her this. What have you done for me? And he's not a man like
Mary,
you.
what thought something?
Yeah. For me, I'm very. I don't hide my words. I think choosing a partner, you don't choose a partner that has so many friends. Because one, do you know why I said you don't choose a partner that has so many friends? Because you see, when a lady starts having so many friends, then you start, what time does she even have for herself to develop herself?
So you didn't think.
To even think of her own personal self, like
True.
because I met a girl one time like that. Every time she said she wants to go for every Saturday. I want to go. Of course, we have a wedding to plan. Once I see that thing on her status like this, I'll be like, okay.
Same journey.
So,
Let's
so,
wrap that up so we can move on.
so why? And I asked her this question one day. I said, your last birthday, I was with you, Ojo. None of your friends showed up. So
The irony.
that thing hit her so bad. At that moment, she felt I was, mocking her. But in her own quiet time, she called me and said, "Thank you for changing my."
That's very good.
And now she doesn't. You can keep friends, but don't have so many friends because by the time you have so many friends, you'll be influenced by what they do.
Absolutely. So, I mean, we said a lot around that. So now I want us to go back to the issue of what men face in our daily lives and all. And one of the questions I would love to ask is, as we are guys, who do we call on when our life is heavy, when something is so heavy, we are burdened with something that we can't just describe it words. Who do we call on?
Yeah, call on God.
So I think everybody will say they call on God, but we just have to be honest with ourselves.
Okay.
So okay,
So there is this project I'm working on with my friends.
I think you
My
spoke to
team.
me, yeah,
Yes, the
okay.
Hidden Man project.
yeah,
Trying to like create a space where men can be vulnerable with
Mm.
themselves. So it's like I kind of leading to this conversation we are having. One thing as men is that we know when we are down bad, but the catch is not even in us explaining it to someone. It's how the person will perceive us after telling them what we said. So most times, 90 to 80% of men have been in that scenario where they placed their trust in someone aside family.
Yeah.
And in their down moments, or when you guys are having like an argument, can either be a lady or a man, they use what you've said
Against
against you. Nothing pulls a man down faster than that.
Nah.
So it's not even about who do you go to, it's about how will the person perceive. Yeah, so you can tell someone something, you cry, you drink, you do everything. But 2 years later, if you are still in that same position about what you spoke about during you guys' conversation, do you think that person won't perceive you as a weak man? So it's one thing to be vulnerable around people. Like something I was telling him when we had like we were just having a little conversation. I told him something that the best team a man can have in his arsenal, not Chelsea, in his arsenal. The best thing a man can have in his arsenal is selective information. Know how to select the information you dish out to people, and to require you to understand your person. Sometimes what I do personally is that I record myself talking. I listen to myself how I talk or how people get to hear me. Maybe I go for an event or something. And what that does to me is that I check the kind of words I use and how my thought process comes through my words. So if I know I'm getting to that point where I'm about to review something deep,
just hold yourself back.
it's not like you hold if you hold yourself back, if someone that is very mature, you will know that you're about to do something like, well, guy, give me water. Yes, because it's one thing to be vulnerable with someone. It's another thing to be vulnerable with the right person. And the only right person you can be vulnerable with, realistically as a man, let's just be very honest with ourselves. It's either your mentor that has track record of being consistent. I'm not even saying family now. Your mentor, when I mean someone is your mentor, that means you've put that person through the fire. And that person has a track record of being consistent with what they say and their action. And in the best case scenario, the best person you can put as a mentor is someone that can talk to you and you listen. That is the only person you tell something like that and to be very confidential. If it gets to the point where it's done bad for you, the best thing to just go for therapy, at least. If you go yam outside, you go sue the people to court. That's as a man, don't even try it. Like let the lady create the safe space.
That's just what I want.
Make them put your head for chest, and don't just try.
But now women talk say
Don't
they say
try.
they need a man.
No, the truth of the fact is,
For me,
So Maru,
I think it comes down to who you keep in your circle, though. You know, sometimes I get attracted to psychosexual people. Because I greet you, alert you, that doesn't mean you're my friend.
Yeah.
Just for our daily livelihood to just go by. I can't just see you and just ignore you. Of course, there should be pleasantries, but that doesn't mean you're my friend. Though. So, in terms of pointing out, mentor is a good thing. Your mentor can be your pastor, but sometimes don't you think this mentor can be biased because of their beliefs of religion, Christianity? That you know that this thing is not working. You are saying God will, instead of you to encourage that person to try something else out of the box.
Okay, like I said when I was saying, I said the mentors will have two persons through the fire. What I mean through the fire is that
irrespective of their status.
irrespective of your status, if you talk anyhow, like my mentor,
You collect.
I don't talk you go collect. Let me talk.
You don't say that the last time when you go ever hear.
I don't talk that thing.
But
But that's the last time I'll be that vulnerable with you.
You know the thing, sorry for cutting you guys short. The truth of the fact is, if you are being honest with yourself, the only person that can tell yourself truth when you're vulnerable is actually yourself.
Don't you think most times we
The
can
truth
also
is-
be biased to ourselves?
No,
because we
you
want to
can't.
rub our ego.
Sentimentary
No.
coming.
No,
Yes,
what I'm
it's-
saying
most
so
times
now,
it's possible.
if you try, for the past few years, I've been going through some certain things on and off. The reason I am not depressed is because of myself. You understand? I tell myself the brutal truth. You know deep down, you know the truth you want to hear. You understand? But we're looking for people that will just sweet talk and sugarcoat it. Like I said,
Well,
your mentor will always, na human being be. There are times whereby there was something someone said one time. Sorry for cutting you short. There was something someone said one time. He said, "Do not look onto me, oh." You understand? But for me, na human being I be. Make you know, say the day where you go need me the most. You understand? Now that day now I come fuck you up.
Well, just like what you just said, what you said initially, I think we failed to use the brass starter set in. You know, the counselors are there for things like this. There's a difference between a counselor and a difference between a guardian.
Yeah.
I don't know if you understand.
Yes.
A guardian is somebody that you report to on a daily.
Well,
A counselor is somebody that you come in. He doesn't give you the solution.
You just hear.
Like-
He puts you
naked.
through the journey for you to provide the solution yourself. He's only using techniques.
So
But we fail to use these things. For instance, now, a man is not having peace in his marriage. You're going to meet a pastor that is also having crisis in his marriage. Who would
Which might
use
not even be obvious.
or who would use the Bible this thing to tell you to stay till you. Okay, for instance, now I want to use this woman as an example because I'm very frank about when we come to things like this, and people are dying. What I mean dying, they are not dying like physically. They're emotionally dead.
once you die emotionally, you're living.
They're emotional. Once you die emotionally, you're just
Existing.
existing. And there's this this artist, this Christian.
Oh.
No, I don't want to call her name because of
Yeah.
so when I follow the story and I be like, how can your pastor be telling you that your husband will change? You could have gone for therapy to solve this issue. They could have separated you guys to see if you guys will work or not.
Can I say something?
Okay.
So what you're saying is actually very right. But the balance to it is Nigeria as a country doesn't have sensitization or awareness of therapy. The average Nigerian man believes therapy in a wacko, in a settings. And you think the average Nigerian can afford a therapy section?
Well.
Let's be honest.
Well, that is the reason why.
Yeah,
That is the reason why. That is the reason why. Most times, when you are not informed, you'll be default. And Nigerian people, they don't follow that thing when they catch it for social media. They attract them.
Yes, sir.
They attract them. What they want to see is the
Counseling
glitz.
guidance session, dey boring.
You understand?
Boring.
I
It's not boring.
I don't know on TikTok. You can search this. I have like two people. There was two people. We have Stephen with a PH. We have Daniel Apata
I think I've heard that, but,
because he is actually my mentor. So
okay.
we've been following for a decade now. We have that relationship. And this thing is, people just like what this my brother said and what you say. You both are right. The best person to advise is you. When you're doing good, you know, because that conscience lies within you. At the end of the day, if you do something good now, you will be proud of yourself. This thing like, my mind sweets me. And when you do something bad again, that's what in conscience we prick you and say, my bros, you fuck up. That topic tell that you guy for no tell him. But ego sets in and you be like, these things. And when you meet it's just because we don't research it enough in Nigeria. If you check Google, I'm sure many people we did depressed for Nigeria. No lie. But people going out to see where you can even come to LASU. Okay, let me even bust your bubble. This Lagos State University, the Faculty of Psychology, free therapy for you.
Yeah, just
Free therapy for you. You're not paying a dime. But because how will I put it now? Just like what you said, the government. The government too should do well in making this thing.
Not even government.
Of course,
private. Yeah.
private are doing it. Private they are trying. But say we do on the mainland, so most of these people now NGOs now
Yeah.
on the island you did. So if you don't get that visibility, enough coverage you don't go know. These private people they are doing it. Even free section, virtual distant therapy for free. I could give you a link to follow for free, but because you are not aware, you will not know.
Well, it's not okay. Let's put it this way: the best way this would actually work out, because one of the goals of my project, the Healing Man project we're working on, I said, boys who heal become men who lead.
Yeah.
So the only rightful solution to all we are talking about right now is to make it like a priority to meet boys as early as 8 to 10 and let them know about it, because it's us, it's not his fault. We can only talk about it now because we're even way more mature. Imagine telling a 12-year-old Nigerian boy now that you're depressed. You know, what are you talking about? It doesn't even make sense to him. It sounds alien to him. So what me and my team we are doing is we're trying to reach out to those little boys first. Because if we can affect even if you can just do 2% of Lagos boys, just 2% of Lagos boys, those 2% can become the next 1% that are mature.
You're saying this because I will come in again just to correct that fact. You're saying this because you have not been there on the field. You know, we did field counseling to schools, and I can tell you for free, Lagos State school that are approved, they have a counselor, career counselor. In our days, there was no career counselor. You know, say you are good in mathematics and English. Now you choose them by yourself. But these days now they evaluate you, your track record from your nursery, primary, down to your junior school to be able to know. Yeah, I can tell you some schools for free. You can go to this.
It's not career I'm talking about now.
It's I'm just using the career as the side attraction. It goes round. Of course, let me give you a brief story. Okay, 2024, though, that was when I had a series. I wasn't there, but my team, you know, they were updating the group, and they said there was a lady in a school. I don't want to call the school. It's a very popular school. Her late uncle has been buying her gifts for 5 years. Her late uncle comes to the school.
Her late uncle what?
Her late uncle.
Like, make me understand. How
Okay,
is he buying
okay.
her gift when he's late?
Uncle comes in flesh to buy her gifts. In physical. You find it absorbed, right?
Okay, so how is
But
that possible?
if you don't talk to these kids, you won't get the depth of what they are going through.
Person you are referring to, is it like a small child?
Not a small child, I'm talking about an SS1, SS2 student.
Okay, her late uncle
Comes to the school to give her gifts. Yes.
This one is not therapy she needs now.
So wait, wait first. You know, if people think therapist doesn't do the religion part, that is the mistake we make. You don't see any counselor, even your pastor. For you to become a pastor, you need to go through counseling. For you to be a good pastor, you need to undergo the school of counseling and psychology.
Okay.
So now, when this lady, my team, Benedita, she, you know, the girl was acting strange. And she had a one-on-one conversation with her, you know, and the girl opened up. And this was when we had to, you know, go the spiritual route to know exactly. And the mother doesn't even know. The mother doesn't even know. Sometimes the girl will tell her, don't worry, mommy, I have it already. Are you getting what I'm saying? So, you see, counseling and guidance is so broad. But as a professional, we do not bring religion to you. Because you might be a Muslim brother, I'm a Christian person. So when I'm going through the journey of counseling with you, I might be biased. So we don't bring religion into it. That does not mean we don't practice it. Are you getting it now? That does not mean we don't practice
But
it.
what I'm talking about is not religion based.
Okay.
Just so you know, it's not religion based at all.
Okay.
It's not religion. When I mean not religion based, like we've gone to schools where 50-70% of them are Muslims.
Okay.
And we still did what we wanted to do.
Okay.
So our target, we're not talking about, we're targeting Christian boys. We're not targeting traditional boys. We're targeting boys, generally. As a Christian, excluding your race, that's not, my own is to reach out to you. I feel like this is what, it's going back to what the second question he asked us. Approaching a person as a human before what they like identify as.
Yeah, sure.
So me identifying that, I'm talking to that boy. So me sitting down with him, I'm not even going to ask him, are you a Christian?
No, we don't.
Yeah, exactly.
We are saying the same thing, but in a different dimension.
Yes. You're talking about the professional aspect of it. And I feel like maybe you feel like I'm talking from a place of
religion.
Yeah, I'm not coming from a place of religion. That's what I need to understand. This now I'm talking about now is something that has, like, even before we went into it, we have to like do proper research.
Of course.
When I mean the research, the time for research is even more than the time we're doing for the project now. Because if you don't research about something and the problem hits you head on.
We hear about.
So basically,
I mean,
me, what I usually tell people is, I've come to the understanding and the realization of the truth of the fact. The reason why a lot of people are actually depressed, feel lonely, or die in silence is because they don't have someone to talk to. You understand? It's not basically about therapists, counseling, or whatever. You understand? The truth of the fact is, everybody needs that one person they can talk to, they can rely on, and won't be judged. You understand? Yes. Safe space. Exactly. Sure, you understand? The one thing I've learned, now I learned that over time. That is why I started doing all those too many advice and try to like follow up. You understand? Because I've seen, okay, I've been in cases where personally 2023 I was a tough year for me. 2024, 25 was really a tough year for me. And why it was even a tough year was because I had nobody to even talk to. You understand? Like, you know, you were seeing things that were spoiling the person you were supposed to rely on to actually be a source of strength. I don't need you to won't say too much, just don't worry, it will be fine.
That's all.
You understand?
Here and there.
I don't need you to say. That is the one thing where I respect my mom for. You understand? Most of the time where I don't do that, to just come say after 6 straight to the bone. No worry. Sure, you understand? The truth of the fact, because the truth is, it is not everybody that it comes to your mind before you say me go home meet counselor, before they go home book the appointment for you and all that. The case might actually have gotten out of hand.
Exactly.
Sure, you understand?
Exactly.
But if you have an emergency lifeline, almost something just happened to me. Nah. I which is up. IEB. I know worry, not just reason I'm too much. Like I have two of my friends whereby if they get any issue, they don't fair coming. And they know say you don't get what you want to talk. The only thing I just tell them now, no worry, you go do alright. It always happen, a normal phase of life. You go definitely pass. Because it is not only men that face depression. Women also do the same thing. So if you're targeting a particular gender, you understand? Yes, I understand that men, as time go, as we grow old, we become more lonelier than usual. That is the reason why we intend to actually seek a partner. You understand? Because as someone said, what will be the benefit woman they get from inside marriage? Sure, you understand? But the benefit is you having a partner whereby even when the world won't fall on top of your head, you understand? You get one person who will hold your hands. You understand? Why I can say so is because I had one partner then. When things were extremely rough, after come, no worry, just leave everything, pause everything, just go sleep. You understand? When you don't wake up, we will consider and take reason life, reason I'm how it take you. And truth be told, that system usually works whereby if I don't sleep finish, I don't wake up. You understand? I've forgotten everything that was actually bothering me. Mind will come settle down. But you're waiting to say what you do. Sure, you understand?
I feel like understanding plays a role in what you're saying because the person actually understands you as a person.
Not really understanding.
No, I feel the person is trying to
just
ease the
calm
pressure.
your pressure down. So you understand? The person might not really understand you, but just giving you that
Not like
safe
understanding
space
what you want to see, like understanding you
that
as a
you
person,
need
and that's
that
what you
safe
need
space at that point.
Yes, that one.
So you understand? Because if we all have that one person that we always confide in, you know that game they play, we listen, we don't judge. Play that game now. I swear you will hear things that you never expected you will even hear.
Well, again, it boils down to the kind of friends. You said the word the other time, selective. It boils down to the kind of friends you keep. Like, bro, I know they follow friend. If you don't get the same vision, which I believe in, you know if you be my friend.
What if I get arranged now, friends?
Well, it works for you.
Do you know what? I differentiate my friends into three groups.
Okay.
Acquaintances, people I talk to,
Okay.
and people that are close to me.
Okay.
So for anybody I call, like I say it's my close friend, that person has gone through that acquaintance place, people I talk to, before I call them my close friend. You have to just go through that process. And it's not something I'll tell you. It's like something in my head.
You're like
You just keep
like,
watching.
progressively I'll like share some certain kind of information.
wrong with you.
After 6 months, if I don't get that in any other place, I'll be like, okay, maybe I can ship in this. And
But
it's not,
what?
eh?
What if the guy now talk for the film where you dey play?
you can, no matter how good you are in acting,
You just need time.
your
Still
body language.
That was what I told
One day
someone.
he go
Yeah.
betray you.
I told
Yeah.
someone
You
one thing.
cannot hide your
He will
body.
betray you. So when they are less,
Like when
Yeah,
they
they-
are, when they are, you
I told
can't
someone one
listen.
thing. I told someone
so
one
that's
thing.
what
I
this
said,
person is.
the reason why relationships, a lot of guys they always get around for relationship is that you can't fake love, you can't hide it, you can't lie about it. Give it time. 3, 4, 5 months. You understand? Make them feel relaxed.
For me, I think love is not what you just said now. If it works for you, fine. But again, love is not something you can
You
just.
just build. I understand what you're saying. Get my point. No,
The
get what
best-
I'm saying.
Best
now.
love is one that builds with time.
You understand?
Thank you.
No, what I'm saying now is what I'm trying to say now is this now. You know, you get attracted to a person. You know, a lot of people usually wait for that attraction to set in and
It's
all that.
infatuation. What
So you
I
understand?
want is-
That's what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't want to
So
say
let's-
So,
let's round out.
so now, when from the beginning of the whole thing, the way it goes, there are some certain red flags you would definitely see.
Even as a friend,
Even
not
as a
even
friend.
relationship.
So you
that
understand?
definitely if you can
But
share
a
this
lot
with
of
this person.
people intend. Why they use even relationship now? A lot of people actually intend to overlook it.
It's their own fault.
You understand?
It's
So
their
when
own
it now
fault. So they have
becomes
nobody
a
to
norm,
blame. If anything, backfire.
you
Okay, now,
understand?
I get what you're saying. Like, most times we see red flags within 5 months to 4
Yes.
months, and we ignore them,
We ignore.
and we later complain in
They gain
long.
in the long
You
run.
know why they are ignoring it? Because they are attracted to the person.
Yeah.
In the attraction, but you will see the
You go
ugliness.
see the
Yeah.
ugliness.
So,
Nowadays.
okay, I think we've been able to iron out some of those things, and I just want us to make this brief before we jump into a very interesting conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. Personally, why is it so easier to super quietly to speak? Just want to bring it down to ourselves.
And because it makes create a safe space for you.
How?
Yes.
Why?
Well, just like what my brother said the other time, sometimes it's not about you talking. It's about who is listening. How does it seize you after
The whole thing.
the whole thing?
Have you tried explaining some? Sorry. Have you tried sharing a pain that you're having immediately? You understand? And the person just counter you or start judging you immediately.
I know he did that sentence.
You understand what I'm saying? Abi?
No,
You understand what I'm saying? Because I've been in a case whereby
They're not sure this like guys.
that is why I'm investing on my own. I would lie to you. I've been in a case whereby I was like, oh man, I just did confused. Now you asked me what happened because I was just nagging to myself like, this is wait till talk. Okay, now you know go see yourself. I was like, bro, I'm trying to. And you were judging me like I'm not serious.
Well, maybe sometimes the way we speak, the way we collect information might be quite different. So him, he might be sarcastic about it like a joke.
No, most guys are sarcastic when you tell them stuff like that.
He might be sarcastic. He might not be even taking it to heart. Maybe he felt like, why?
Even if you are play, you don't understand.
guys are different from
See, even if not play,
your normal guy, then you go to say, why is it funny guy?
no, you don't see. That downtime.
Because the man, this thing is supposed to.
You get my point.
I understand what you're saying.
Exactly.
But the truth of the fact is that period where you
dey
talk that thing, it dey pain you.
They
So when him
Was it on the phone conversation?
one on one,
The guy doesn't have good
Well, I,
communication.
So you understand, it's not even lack of
I
communication
think
skills.
he was not really sensitive to
Yeah,
our
that's
communication. Doesn't
So you won't blame me.
You won't blame me.
Yeah, exactly.
Another thing, that's the entire view.
Sometimes to get with the person they talk, the best thing you can do is to listen first.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't know how to listen.
Just listen first. Like if you tell me something now, I will be focused on you. I will not just be mute like this. My head nodding to tell you that I'm following up. Those things, body language, it matters. Because if you tell somebody something, the person just look like a moron like this. Like you yourself, you
So you don't finish.
not even that, the person if you don't even talk one thing, but you yourself, you don't get the answer, the response already. Maybe like this person didn't get
Especially
it.
the heavy stuff.
You get
That's how
so
they talk too
So
much.
much.
you go start wait till you want to talk. What you want to say the next sentence you want to say.
You just cut it off.
You just cut it off. Say, man, no need, I beg. We'll just end it. And just like what you say, good communication skills matters in friendship, not just for your workspace. In your family, it matters. When when you're down, say you know you're down.
Yeah.
You know you are down, and your wife, let me use wife, let me not use girlfriend because those are not legal entities.
Yeah.
Let me use wife.
Absolutely. Continue.
Your wife now meets you, and see, bro, good
You
communication
cry,
it matters in everything we do.
Most especially when it comes
Because
to marriage.
even the wife should know when you are happy and when you are
A little bit reserved.
sentiment to yourself, when you are at your space. When she calls your name, darling, the manner of in which you are
Answer.
answered,
Would
it
trigger
will trigger the.
sensitivity that something is wrong somewhere.
I watched a movie one time like that, and this woman, the guy they just sack her for work. The friend went collect loan to start business. Only say he's camping, and this guy got vulnerable, drunk, but he knows his kids must not see him in that state, so he pretended like
Everything was fine.
everything was fine. He put his tie back, the tie away. He has removed the tie already on his way back from work. And when the wife noticed the countenance on this man, the first thing she did was she sent the kids upstairs for private time for them to discuss.
Very sensitive woman.
And not everybody has that.
You
Do you know the best thing anybody can do for themselves? Learn how to communicate.
Of course.
Understand understand the kind of person you are.
Mhm.
There's this thing I've seen. Okay, there are 4 characters. I think sanguine, melancholy, and
phlegmatic and
choleric.
Yeah.
So these 4 things now, these 4 temperament. Thank you very much. These 4 temperament, it has a way of actually affecting how you even see situations. me now, I know I have like a mix of being choleric and phlegmatic. I'm not sanguine. All those people that are very like, you never see me like that. If you're someone that is calm and reserved now, and you're explaining something to someone that is like loud, they won't process it the exact same way you would want them to. But one thing I so much believe in is that never let assumption be the final answer for someone's reaction.
Yeah, of course.
So even if you told someone something and they responded in a way you didn't like, you should have asked yourself another question. Did you tell the person how you were feeling and the kind of response you were expecting? Or were you having an expectation of what you wanted them to say?
You wanted them to react.
Yes. So what me I do is if I'm about to talk to someone about something very crucial, I'll tell you what I'm about to tell you is very important to me. And I really appreciate it if you process what I'm saying and you come across it very well. Communication before communication still matters.
Of course.
So it's not me. If you can't tell someone with the head on the top.
And again, it depends on how you bring the whole thing, just like you and your friend, like you just said.
Okay.
It could be the way you brought the matter, maybe you brought it to the presentation, maybe it was just casual.
Yeah.
And it felt like,
Okay, you know, the thing there is, okay, how the whole thing happened was, I was not even talking to him.
Oh.
You understand? You know, there are times whereby the whole thing, you cannot actually bottle it up anymore, and you are now thinking aloud. Sure, you understand? You're not thinking out loud, whereby it now looks like, you try just to talk to yourself. Sure, you understand? And in the head, I was like, what did they do you? Sure, you understand? That was why I had to share.
That way thing they did was it like in a casual tone?
It was in a calm tone, no. Sure, you understand? That was why I actually opened up. Sure, you
So now
understand?
you don't talk finish now.
You understand?
So this one
Sure, you understand?
You know, I'm not trying to defend the guy. You understand? I'm not trying to defend him, but I feel like I don't know the relationship.
No, normally he's the person whereby should be told. You understand? He's someone. You know, my mom would usually say, if you study your friends, you won't have issue with them. Sure, you
So you
understand?
understand
It was just the issue. It's not like you had issue, but the problem I had then was because he was just the only person. I didn't even ask. I don't even talk because it's not somebody I will. All those kind of kids I will me talk to.
Oh.
Sure, you understand? That was like part time. I felt bad.
Just like you're doing like a test run. Might just test this guy.
I just needed someone to just talk, to just say it. I mean, like, say I don't demand.
But again, you know, I think you learned already, and I think going forward, you know how to, you know,
No,
sometimes.
it's someone I know for a fact. Sure, you understand? That is why I did not actually hold him against him. Sure, you understand? It's someone I know. If I'm having issue downtime, he's not going to make it better. You understand? You know, there are some people whereby they are holding fuel and they are just looking for one small fire. So you understand? That's this kind of person. He doesn't take things serious.
But back to the question that you said, you know, like, why do people? I feel like once you study your friend, once you know the kind of people that you have around you, it's better to, you know, rather than telling it to man, just tell it to God at your quiet time. It's okay for you to cry it out to God.
Cry, lock yourself inside and cry away. Because the truth of the
Like
fact,
2024, when I had that accident, 2024, you know, some people called it stubbornness because I was at work, and after the whole close of work, I was supposed to go home straight because that was my birthday to celebrate, you know. And you know, some female friends like team leader, no go play ball, you know. And this is what I love doing, and I do it well at my own. You get. So when I had that accident, and the first thing that came to my mind was all the people who I said I should not go for that match. How would they perceive me now?
being stubborn.
Yeah, some people call it stubborn, but to me, I didn't call it stubborn. I call it that it happened because nature had its own.
That's just
that's just.
natural phenomenon.
They won't see it like that. Yeah, they won't see it.
So that's just the best way to.
It's my feelings. It's my feelings at the end of the day.
Yeah, but like
You understand?
they won't say that.
What they say afterwards.
What they say afterwards doesn't
What they say
matter.
afterwards
How you
doesn't
make
matter. It's not
yourself
valid
feel.
anymore because it is already.
How you make
So
yourself feel that matters.
what now matters is the solution I find after what happened. So when it happened, if I call this person now and just say, I tell you, you get
So
so.
is that serious?
Wow, it was grace. Let me not say it was grace that made me sit here with you guys today. You know, if such a thing happened, sometimes you know, even human being can't even solve your problem.
Yeah.
That time, and there's this thing about God. It doesn't judge your mistake. It doesn't judge you. It comes like it's just your safe space wherever you are, like whatever you're going through. I learned that 2024, I learned that 2024 is just your space, safe space. Because when I checked my contact, a lot of people they heard the news, they wanted to confirm. You know, some want to mock, some want to be like, yeah, you know. But I didn't give them that room. I didn't take any calls. And I told my teammates, I said, you guys can go on with the with the whole thing. And I said they should just keep me aside. And I spoke to God that if truly it is your will, let it be done. And before you know it, solution started coming. Solution came from nowhere. And this is the reason why sometimes, you know, when you know the people that you have around you, some people are waiting for you to talk so that they can mock you, so that they can laugh at, oh, you think you are all and all, you know. Sometimes, some people, they will say they want to keep it quietly to themselves, but again, you're killing yourself without even you knowing.
Wow.
So,
You pass your school, you're dying in silence.
you understand? Yeah, of course. Even to your own bro to bro. Now, let's not limit it to just being guys. Let's limit it to your sister, your siblings. You know, you have a quarrel in the morning, and you vowed not to eat in the house again. You vowed, you get this kind of thing. And when you are supposed something happened when you went out, you got disappointed again by those people you trust. You'll be like, if I tell this to my sister now, she will take her. You understand?
That's why I say, at the end of the day,
You get my point. So
Become your
most
best
times, I feel like
I know they want you.
I feel like we should have
I know.
we should have this ecosystem that creates this kind of relief.
Safe space.
That's safe
That's
space.
this space. If it could be sometimes, you know, going through the word of God. The word of God, no matter how bad you be, it comforts you. Comforts you. Then again, let's now relate it to the reality daily activities. You should have somebody,
You can always
just like what you
talk to.
said the other time, that you've tested, you've trusted over the years, who is consistently,
That track record is there.
you understand, that you can meet.
Even sometimes, even what happened to you now, in as much as you saw it in a different light, you know, I feel like you said something that stuck out to me. You said God doesn't judge. But there's something God does that people don't really take into
Interesting.
account. God perceives people. If God has been hitting your hands concerning a specific matter for a long time, and after like, let me just put, you know, God doesn't leave the time. But it's also, let me say, after like 3 years to man, you've not done it. God will perceive you as someone that's not serious, but will not still hate you as a person. But he knows that there's some certain things I can't
You don't
trust
trust
this
you
person
with.
because I feel like most time when we're talking about God, people always refer to him as the Holy One, but God also feels things. For the Bible to say He's a jealous God, that means God has it.
He has
He has
feelings.
emotions too. He feels things, and that him perceiving you is, you know, that whole time you're saying that your friends were telling you, you know, that's indirectly a way of God telling you not to go for that. Did you see it from that?
Well, you know, sometimes I feel like God can work in mysterious ways.
Exactly.
It could be coincidental as well. What if I've gone there
Nothing happened.
and something else good happened? Will this still be God?
Yes, it's still
For
good.
everything that happens, me,
I just feel like even sometimes when you're not careful, Satan will come with a white clothes, and you think that is God's voice you're hearing.
yeah.
Wow.
We don't go and answer that.
Yes,
So
no.
let's just stick to because I think because one thing that I've come to understand is that problem has nothing to do with problem is just natural phenomenon.
Yeah, of course.
It's natural phenomenon.
Of course.
And if you're hungry, hunger has nothing to do with faith.
Yes, no.
It's just so even when things happen, by the end of the day, we need that awareness. Okay, there's something that is beyond my capacity that I need to fall back on, even if everything is falling apart. Yes. So I think we've been able to do justice to some of those interesting conversations and questions, and this is going to be the first part. So we are switching to another part, and but before we do that, I just want 1 minute parting shot on those conversations you had for more than 1 hour. On what are your parting shots? What is your parting shot, Maro? Before we jump into the next conversation.
Well, I just feel like when you're, based on those questions we had in the past one, I just feel like when you're vulnerable or when you think you need to talk. It doesn't make you small.
Okay.
It doesn't make you small. And when you're talking, you're not just talking. Make sure you're communicating. You can talk and not communicate. And the person who you're talking to as well, you should be able to, know that person. Just like what you said, communication before communication. You should know that you've grinded with that person over time. You guys have gone through thick and you've known yourself very well, because you can't express yourself to a stranger.
Absolutely.
So just say it out, say it with it. It's okay for you to be vulnerable, it's okay for you to be judged. That's part of your existence. Because most people will be like, I no one made a judgment, so they kind of you're dialing inside. And so I feel like you should speak irrespective of the gender, whether male or female. Talk, but be more sensitive to who you're passing that information, because when you share too much information, the enemy attacks you. So you should be very sensitive to what you share information.
Me, basically, I would say, firstly, love yourself enough, trust yourself enough, because you are the only person that actually gets yourself completely. You understand? The world is actually going through enough already. Everybody has one thing or the other they are facing. So, the only thing I can tell you for a true fact is that you are the only person that can tell yourself the truth, give or take. You can't lie to yourself. You're always there for yourself. Just sincerely tell, okay, I want to hear the truth for myself. You understand? But inside there, just make sure you actually seek or have a person you can always rely on or talk to whenever you are down to cheer you up.
Thank you.
So I'll be speaking about this. I'll be using like this scenario to explain my potential. So one thing I want to believe in is like we as humans, we are like phones, just phones. And this is my story. And God is the operating system. So when your phone is faulty and you go and meet a friend, and a friend tells you something like, "Oh my God, just go fix the screen." You fix the screen, it didn't work. Your phone is faulty again. Oh my God, just go fix the battery. You fix the battery, the problem doesn't work. What do you now later do? You go and meet the person that made the phone. So God is the when I mean God is the operating system. God has the blueprint of your life. He said, "Before I created you, I knew you." So when if you are going through times and you've spoken to friends, because I don't want God to be like the last resort. I just want to believe in that for you to even go to God, please, you should have involved in the foundation of what you are doing. Going to God as a last resort creates this perception in God that you only come to me when you don't be. And he will still answer. That's I feel like it's not even possible to understand how God loves. Because normally someone is not meant to love like that. Even your mom says, if you love you the way God loves you, to be honest. So what I'm saying is, if God is our operating system, we should know when things go beyond us. And when I mean things go beyond, when you've spoken to your friends, when you've spoken to yourself, you have like your personal conversation, and the solution is not coming out. Leave pastor. That is called personal. You should have that personal relationship. But personal relationship with God, it shows on you that when you're active in church. It fuels your decision making.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
so
just following the crowd.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And we've had a whole lot of things to talk about, and I'm glad that we've been able to share our insights on that. And like I do say, when we hear things and we digest them, we try to ruminate over them and say, okay, how can I apply this to my daily life? So that we become a better citizen wherever we find ourselves. Anyway, become better parents at the end of the day, better friends to people, better neighbors and all. So those are the things that we can also try to know how to adjust our lives to. And this is where we are going to be coming. This is where the first part of this conversation becomes to an end. And we want to thank our sponsors, our viewers for their time and all. And I want us to sit back and relax because the second part of this conversation is going to be an interesting one. Thank you so much, everyone. We look forward to seeing you in the next conversation and the next episode. Thank you. Yeah.